Even elite defenders are saying the same thing. They don't have an answer for Nikola Jokić. Not a scheme, not a matchup, not a strategy, nothing. Because no matter what you take away, he's already one step ahead. And that's exactly what makes him unstoppable. One defender put it perfectly. I haven't seen him miss a shot against us, ever. It just keeps going in. At that point, what do you even do? The respect is universal. Ask around the league, and the answer is always the same. Who is the toughest player to guard right now? The list usually includes elite names: Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant. But when players are forced to choose just one, the answer keeps coming back to the same name: Nikola Jokić. Because guarding him isn't just difficult, it feels impossible. He doesn't look like a problem until he is. Jokić doesn't play like a traditional superstar. No flashy explosiveness, no highlight reel athleticism, no overpowering physical dominance. But that's the mistake defenders make, because while he looks calm, he's actively breaking your defense apart, possession by possession, piece by piece. Before you even realize it, the game is already slipping away. The double team problem. Double team Jokić? He doesn't panic. He doesn't rush. He doesn't force anything. He just reads it instantly and finds the open man, sometimes without even looking. It's like the pass was decided before the defense even rotated, and by the time you recover, it's already a wide open three. One defender said, "You think you're helping, but you're actually just creating the shot." That's the problem. There is no correct coverage. If you don't double him, he scores. So what happens if you don't help? You try to guard him one-on-one. You try to body him. You try to slow him down. But then, he just backs you down at his own pace. No rush. No panic. Just control. And suddenly, it's a soft hook. A floater, a perfectly placed layup, or a turnaround that feels impossible to contest, and it keeps going in, again, and again, and again. If you force him to score, he drops 40. Maybe you adjust again. You try to take away the passing lanes. You try to force him into scoring mode. Bad idea, because that's when he becomes even more dangerous. Now he's not just facilitating, he's punishing you directly. 40-point nights start looking routine, efficient, almost effortless. And the scary part? He doesn't look tired doing it. The game moves at his speed. What separates Jokić from everyone else is control. He doesn't play fast. He doesn't need to. He slows everything down, then speeds it up only when it benefits him. It feels like he's playing a different version of basketball, one where he already knows the next 3 moves. While defenders are reacting, he's executing. While others are thinking, he's finishing. Jaren Jackson Jr. explains the problem. Even elite defenders like Jaren Jackson Jr. admit it. Jokić is like a puzzle that keeps solving itself. You adjust. He adjusts back. You rotate. He finds the gap. You recover. He's already made the pass. One defender said, "It's like you're always one step late, no matter what you do." And that's the truth. The passing that breaks teams. It's not just scoring. It's the passing. Because every cut matters when Jokić has the ball. Teammates don't stand still anymore. They move harder. They cut sharper. They trust the ball will find them. And it does. That changes everything. Because now you're not just guarding Jokić, you're guarding 5 moving threats at once. And the defense starts collapsing. Not because of speed, but because of awareness overload. Bam Adebayo's honest breakdown. Even Bam Adebayo, one of the best defenders in the league, says the same thing. Jokić is the toughest player to guard. Not because he's fast, not because he's athletic, but because nothing works against him. You can't speed him up. You can't force him out of position. You can't bait him into mistakes. He just plays at his own rhythm. Bam summed it up simply. He's not trying to get free throws, he's trying to get buckets. That's it. No tricks, no theatrics. Just pure basketball. No flopping, no drama. Just hoops. Another thing defenders respect, Jokić doesn't sell fouls. He doesn't flop. He doesn't chase whistles. He doesn't rely on manipulation. He plays through contact and finishes anyway. That honesty makes him even harder to defend because you can't anticipate fake movement. Everything is real. Every action has purpose. The body control advantage. Defenders often talk about something else. His positioning. Jokić doesn't jump high. He doesn't explode off the floor, but he doesn't need to because he's already in the right spot. Before the shot even goes up, he's already preparing for the rebound. He uses angles instead of athleticism, positioning instead of power, timing instead of speed. And that's what makes him impossible to outplay. DeAndre Jordan's perspective. Even teammates are amazed. DeAndre Jordan described playing with Jokić as playing next to the most unselfish superstar ever. Because even when everyone expects him to shoot, he passes. Even when the defense is collapsing, he passes. Even when he's open, he still might pass. But when he does shoot, it's usually the right decision anyway. That unpredictability is what breaks defenses. Jarrett Allen, it feels helpless. Jarrett Allen puts it even more simply. Guarding Jokić feels helpless. You prepare, you study, you adjust, but nothing works. You do everything right and still get scored on. Or worse, you get broken down by a pass you didn't see coming. At that point, defense becomes survival, not stopping him. Every option is wrong. That's the real problem. Against most players, you can force a bad decision. Against Jokić, every decision is already correct. Double him, he passes. Single him, he scores. Help early, he finds the corner. Help late, he already finished. There is no safe coverage. Every option has consequences. Karl Anthony Towns explains it best. Even Karl Anthony Towns says, the issue starts before Jokić even touches the ball. Because he can do everything. Post up, run pick and roll, pop for a jumper, facilitate from the elbow. That means defenders never know what coverage to use. And once he starts reading the defense, it's already over. The slow killer effect. What makes Jokić even scarier is how calm he looks doing it. No emotion, no panic, no urgency, just control. He makes elite defenders feel slow, not physically, mentally, because while they react, he already decided. Mike Miller's insider view. Mike Miller explains the biggest misconception. People think Jokić is just naturally gifted, but behind the scenes, he's a machine. Reps, reads, repetition, constant work. Every pass he makes in games has been practiced thousands of times. That's why it looks effortless, because it's been perfected. Isaiah Hartenstein, he plays like a coach. Isaiah Hartenstein says it best. Jokić doesn't just play basketball. He controls it like a coach. He calls out actions, directs movement, manipulates defenders with his eyes. Sometimes he doesn't even pass immediately. He waits for the defense to react first, then punishes them. That's not talent alone. That's intelligence at the highest level. The final truth. Montreal Herald summed it up perfectly. Jokić is the one player who makes you feel small. Against most stars, you feel like you can compete. Against Jokić, even perfect defense feels useless. Because no matter what you do, he already has an answer. And that's why right now, Nikola Jokić isn't just dominating the NBA, he's solving it.